Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to Isaac Chulu Chin. Isaac Nakmoy, lawyer turned Muay Thai fighter, content creator, and you've got your own community, the Ninth Limb, as well. I'm a Kun Khmer commentator. I'm generally combat sports commentator, and I've had some really cool experiences in Cambodia. So I wanted to have a little catch up with you about what you're doing and some of your time over there. So, firstly, I just wanted to ask you if you're living the dream right now, because it looks that way from the outside.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. I can't lie. Yeah, I'd say, yeah, living the dream for sure.
What prompted you to make that choice to leave London, leave the corporate world, and was martial arts something you've always had in you?
So I started training Muay Thai maybe like 5, 6 years ago, but not like serious training, more like fitness, kickboxing sort of vibes rather than like actual Muay Thai. And then I started getting into it a bit more seriously about 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. And then I came out to Thailand about 2 years ago, for just a holiday. And I had a fight, had my first fight. And I was like, you know what, like this is pretty good. It's much better than the UK. And then I went back to the UK and I was like, okay, fuck, like I want to try and get back to Thailand. And yeah, I've been here for a year and a half now. So it's going pretty good for sure.
What are your biggest goals between what you do in terms of business, competing, content? Do you have a bucket list of things you've got to achieve?
I do, but I'm not really a fan of like sharing your goals. I feel like once you start sharing your goals, you almost get like the dopamine from having achieving them. So yeah, I'll keep them to myself. One thing I'll say though, like I do want to fight in Cambodia again, definitely. I do want to fight an RWS, and I do want to get to 20 fights. So I think those are super achievable goals for me, and I'll keep the other ones secret.
All right, cool. Sounds good. Tell me how you ended up in Cambodia. What was your experience like over there? If I recall, did you end up sitting next to my friend Jon Nutt at some stage? Fight
Yeah,
Circus
so that
founder?
that was my first. I fought twice in Cambodia. Um, so that was the first one. I believe it was March last year. I was just like training on a Saturday, and then my coach he was holding pads. Thailand Pinsinchai. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him.
I don't know.
So he's like a golden age guy. He used to be pretty famous in Thailand. So we was doing pads, and then he just stopped. Just like, do you want to fight in Cambodia next weekend? And I was like, I mean, yeah, but any more details? He was like, how much do you weigh right now? So I went and weighed myself. And I was like, oh, like 73. I was lying. I was lying. It was more like 74, 75. He was like, okay, like, can you fight 68 in Cambodia next weekend? And I was like, I mean, like, I don't think I can do 68, but I can probably do like 69. And he was like, okay. And then, yeah, I mean, went to Cambodia the next week, so pretty short notice. And then when I got there, I went to the weigh-in, and there was John, and I met this American guy called Raphael. Do
Yeah.
you know him?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, oh yeah, we're going to this big show tonight. So I'd weighed in. I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I'll come watch you guys. And then yeah, I was sitting next to them. I wasn't aware that John was the founder of Fight Circus. I just thought he was another guy. I only found out on the way back because we were talking about like promotions and stuff like that, and he kept on like referencing like his promotion. I was like, oh, what do you do? He was like, oh, I'm the founder of Fight Circus. I was like, ah, okay. I knew I recognized you from somewhere. But yeah, that was my first time fighting in Cambodia.
Tell me about Cambodia. What did you get out of it? What do you think of Kun Khmer? What do you think of the fans over there?
Yeah, they really like Khmer Khmer. I feel like they seem to be almost more into it compared to Muay Thai in Thailand in terms of like the general population. I don't think everyone in Thailand loves Muay Thai, but I feel like a high percentage of people in Cambodia like King Khmer. So yeah, they love it. I like Cambodia. It's a cool place. I've been there twice now, and I haven't won, so I need to go back and get a win for sure.
Did you notice any difference in the styles? For me, Kun Khmer seems more elbow, more pressure, more aggressive, heavy.
Yeah, I mean, in the first one, my first time fighting there, I fought a guy from Uzbekistan. Um, so I don't really know if I experienced like the Kunkama style, so to speak. But I think he fights all the time in Cambodia. So maybe he's like a Kunkama fighter. But the second one, definitely. Like I find it quite hard, like to manage the distance against the guards fighting because he'd like stand like quite far out and then like fly in. And then yeah, a lot of elbows, but I was like prepared for elbows. But it was definitely different to White and Muay Thai for sure. And I guess the fact that it's 3 rounds as well, was a bit different. But the first time I fought in Cambodia, my first fight, it was 5 rounds. For some reason, I thought it was 3 rounds, and they told me like 5 minutes for the fight. Oh, it's 5 rounds. I was like, oh, okay, different kettle of fish.
Yeah. Wow. What about your content? I really enjoy it, like just the
Mhm.
journey that you're going through. Can you tell me about your content, your approach, and what you're looking to do? What kind of stories you enjoy telling?
So I mean, I started making content, I say over a year ago, maybe like a year and 4 months, year and 3 months. And yeah, I mean, look, it's just a good way to boost your fight career. People like Muay Thai, and if you can just tap into people's love of Muay Thai, you can grow your account very quickly. The one thing about Muay Thai though is that, of course, it's low paid. Um, on the other hand, social media is really well paid. So if you can combine both, then yeah, you can definitely have a good living in Thailand. Yeah, so I've managed to do that, which is really great.
And you've curated your own community, the Ninth Limb. Tell us about that.
Yes. So it's a community for people, I guess, who are on a similar journey to me, to be honest. People who train combat sports, but are also entrepreneurs. I feel like combat sports and entrepreneurship really attract like a certain sort of individual. And yeah, I managed to tap into that. And yeah, we've got people all over the world. But the beauty of it is that a lot of people are in Thailand too, because people want to come and train Muay Thai in Thailand and they want to come to Thailand and run a business. So yeah, it's great to meet people in real life as well.
So what does your community do for people who don't know about it? What do you do with those guys or for them?
So there's a few elements. Some people join just for the connection aspect, just to meet people on the same path as them, meet like-minded individuals, etc., etc. Some people join to grow their social media. Obviously, I've got a quite big social media presence right now. So people join to learn how to make combat sports content. I think those are the two main reasons why people join.
In terms of being a student of the game, what do you enjoy watching? You mentioned wanting to fight in RWS. So do you prefer
Mhm.
that style of Muay Thai? How do you feel about 4 ounce gloves in the sport?
I mean, I do like watching one. I'm not gonna lie. Like Friday fights is really, really great. Like every Friday, you can just jump on YouTube and watch some fighters go life or death. Yeah, I like RWS. I like Pet Indie. Saw some more. I mean, I like there's more on every night. So yeah, I just try my best to watch as much as possible, and it's really great.
Tell me about some of the best gym experiences you've had. Is there any real standouts for you?
Yeah, I mean, I've trained at plenty of gyms across Thailand. Obviously, my home gym is Sit Thailand in Chiang Mai. Right now, I'm training at Dowden Muay Thai in Koh Samui. Another gym that I really like is called Look Nong Sayan. I think I pronounced it right. That's in Bangkok. So yeah, I guess those are like the three gyms that I've spent the most amount of time in Thailand.
I'm going to ask this for any Cambodian followers you might have. So, favorite Cambodian fighter, did anybody cross your radar?
I can't remember their names. I can't remember. There's the guy. I honestly can't remember their names.
Okay, there's a guy
I'm
called
not
Tun
really
Terra
sorry.
that is really the biggest
It
star.
might, yeah.
He's got
I
a lot of
went to
swag.
when I went to watch that big show. I think there were some famous fighters there. I got some pictures with them. I can't remember their names, but there were some really good fighters. Yeah.
Would you ever do Fight Circus?
Um, I mean, like, never say never, you know. Um, possibly. It's not like number one priority right now. But never say never for sure.
How
Maybe like
big
a
is
fight flop tank.
how big is the scene in the UK right now? I think from what I can tell, because I spend a lot of time interviewing, Jonathan Haggerty and his brother and
Yeah.
Nico Carrillo. I think that Britain's having a moment. I think one would do really well there if they ever go. Do you sense that Britain, in terms of talent and appetite for the sport, there is something happening right now?
I think talent for sure. I mean, there's so many good UK fighters. A lot of them just stay in the UK as well. Like if they came to Thailand, they could be fighting in one championship or RWF easily, even if they just came in for like a holiday. I think a lot of people don't realize how it's quite accessible these sorts of shows are for if you've got a good level. In terms of like mainstream popularity, I don't think Muay Thai is super mainstream. But it's definitely growing. I haven't been to the UK in a little while, so I'm not really like sure how like the general public perceives it, so to speak. But I mean, like my friend will randomly send me like a clip of like Rotang fighting on one championship, like who are these guys, you know? So, I mean, like it's growing for sure.
Are you ever going back? Have you fallen in love with Southeast Asia now?
I'm gonna go back in a few months for holiday. But yeah, I mean, my long term plan is just stay out here in Thailand. Yeah, continue doing my thing. Definitely go to Cambodia for not just a fight, but I want to train in Cambodia as well. And learn some more elbow techniques for
Yeah,
sure.
that's on my to-do list as well. There's a few very cool fighters over there.
Yeah.
Worth keeping an eye on. Yeah. I mean, the Wild Buffalo, Pick Sambat, he fought 30 times last year.
Ah,
Lost
yes, I've
twice.
seen that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he just marches forward. It's insane. Prom Sam Nang is getting a little bit old right now, but he
Uh-huh.
was a Sea Games gold medalist, and they call him the barber because he owns a barber shop,
Okay.
and I think he likes to look
Okay.
after his appearance. But he's a bit of a legend, but I think he's getting mid late 30s now, and
Uh-huh.
there's a guy called Amarin Putong who has a brother, and their dad was like the Muhammad Ali of Cambodia, and like they're all from
Hmm.
the same gym with Tuntera. Tuntera's the jewel in the crown. He's got that. He's like a Hollywood fighter, He's like everything he does is like with style and swagger. So those
Hmm.
are a few that I would keep an eye on.
Nice. Yeah. I'll keep, I'll take a look up them.
Awesome, mate. Really good to catch up. Going to be keeping an eye on your career, and as ever, yeah, enjoying the content. Thanks for the chat, and
Nice
good
one.
to see you.
Cheers.